We're live. Do you think people will hear the music this time?
They definitely hear the music. Why do you always ask every single time we go live, do you hear the music? And I just turn it off.
Restream, like the music ads. Thank you for that. Well, everybody, welcome to today's LinkedIn Live with Rachel and Joshua Beely. I look extra huge today because my husband has a torn Achilles.
Might have done a little thing, something.
He's got his foot on his knee rover.
Can I do it? Would it just look crazy if I just take it off and then I'm here? And then this is how I do my LinkedIn Live now. That's what I'm talking about. How many LinkedIn Lives are you actually getting where someone's moving everything around?
Yeah, our perfect setup. Josh.
I know I messed it up. Sorry. Hey, peoples. Wow.
Okay. So, honey, you tore your Achilles this weekend while we were in a very immersive leadership training, the Ascension Leadership Academy, with a fantastic coach, Chris Lee, and just phenomenal people. We are going through this process. It's a 4-month process, life changing. And during this, Josh was releasing, doing a little bit of a dance move. No drinking, kids, just having fun. And he went down.
I went down. Not hard. Just kind of.
It looked like you tripped.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, it's just Josh.
Thought he tripped.
He trips all the time.
And then he didn't get up. And it was like, man down, man down. And I kept looking like, is he okay? And he felt the kicking.
Hi, friends.
Thank you so much, Ravi. And we can't see that LinkedIn user, but sometimes it comes in weird on Restream. Anyways, let me continue telling the story. So Josh thought that somebody kicked him in the back. He didn't. It is his Achilles. And literally, we went to the ER. There wasn't much that they can do. And then it was Memorial Day weekend. And
Martin.
It's Martin. Okay, now we can
Hi,
see
Martin.
it. Hi, Martin. And we were at the doctor for a while yesterday. Josh decided he does not want to do surgery, nor did they say he has to get a surgery. So we are going to go all natural and repair it with the boot. But more than anything, it's been a really, what would you say, transformational process for you, Josh, because you have a lot of fears around getting older and his body, and he has a bad knee, or shall I say, had a bad knee. The doctor also told us.
You want to talk about storytelling? Follow Rachel B. Lee, as she is the epic storyteller, because if I try and tell a story, I'm told that, no, wait, hold on.
He misses the details.
Yeah. Hello.
But, so while we were with the doctor, so Josh was told a year and a half ago that from Nairobi, what's up, Martin? We were told a year and a half ago that Josh on his other knee, so not the leg of the Achilles, that he has a 98% erosion, terrible arthritis. Basically, they said, you might need a knee replacement. Josh is 42. He was told this at 41 or 2, I guess 40, whatever it was. And then yesterday, through all of this, as we're dissecting what to do with his Achilles, they did an x-ray on his knee, and the doctor was like, you don't have that bad of a knee. So we've had quite a few days, Josh and I, really, not only from like a personal development and us being together through this training and really uncorking some really severe limiting beliefs and fears. This happened. It's getting to some of Josh's deepest fears around fatherhood and people taking care of him. I'm going to stop talking because I really want, Josh, for you to we don't talk enough. We don't go super, super personal on LinkedIn, but that is something we want to do more of because that is such a dear thing to our brand, our personal brands.
Well, one of the biggest things we realized too, and I was having this conversation with one of our clients today, because so many people go in, and actually it came up on a Clubhouse chat too, on how personal LinkedIn is going, and things like stories, right? And people are like, oh, I don't think stories are useful. I'm going to be honest. This is where I think that most of you, myself included, this is where we can be more personal on LinkedIn stories, like true human connection, being able to build that opportunity, that alignment, that cohesiveness. Because here's the things that I kind of look at. Hey Richard, on stories, I shared about what happened to me on Sunday, and I got over 100 messages from y'all saying, hope you're okay, Josh. Thank you so much. Like, that's amazing. Like, I just put it out there, and I wouldn't expect to be able to get so many personal messages around a personal event of me ripping my Achilles, and y'all really shine through. And that means that I'm building that connection with every one of you and really connecting on that level. So that's amazing to me, because as something like this happens, it is really important, right? What we're doing, why we're doing it, because I'm not just here to teach you how to use LinkedIn. Here's all the tips. Here's all the strategies. Here's the next thing that's coming out. Yes, I do that. But those are just tools and resources that we can all use, because what we really need to be paying attention to is, how is our personal brand really standing out, and how are we connecting here on this platform, right? Because it's not just, if we connect, if we build relationships, if we can create opportunity through understanding of our other people, other fellow LinkedInians. I don't know, I made that up.
LinkedIn members, we'll just keep it.
That is a way to really be able to get someone to educate them, to really, incite them, to connect with them and draw them in to want to choose to work with you rather than being sold. Because I don't want to be on here, right? I don't want everyone listening, everyone that reads my posts on LinkedIn. I get people all the time like, Josh, honestly, I don't even know what, other than being an influencer, we don't know what you do. Well, there's a reason. And I was at an event 2 weeks ago called Internet Marketing Party here in Austin, Texas. And someone that I've known for many years walked up and was like, man, love your LinkedIn content, love everything you do. But man, if I knew more about your product or services, like, I'd buy. Can you tell me what you do? The amazing thing about that is most people go, oh, well, you're not selling enough, so they don't know what. The best thing about that is he came to me and was like, dude, I want to give you money. Tell me how. That is a more powerful client, to be able to go in and have someone ask to give you money, even if they don't know how or why they're giving you the money for. So I don't know. I go on these rambling.
No, that was beautiful. I think I'd like you to also kind of talked about a bunch of things, but can you talk to the audience about what this has been like for you, Josh, to face one of your biggest challenges and fears around getting support around your body and being able to move around?
Are you trying to make me cry on LinkedIn for the first time?
Ooh, that would be cool.
I'm like, oh, wow, she's really going to try and push me, everyone. Yeah. So one of my biggest, as a man in this world, as we go through, I've always, as an entrepreneur for 20 years, I've been the provider, I've been the protector, I've been the person that people reach out to be able to, for help, right? I had to be the rock, so I couldn't show anyone exactly what, if I had a problem, that was putting that on someone else, because I needed to be that one to be able to help, to be able to be there, to be able to help not only my connections, my followers, my LinkedIn family, whenever they needed help, right? My own family. And that's, and I never, I didn't want to ask for help, right? That was really showing a weakness. And that's how I was raised. And honestly, after kind of going through this, like, that is not a weakness. That is a strength for someone to be able to actually go through and say, hey, I need help in this situation. I need, I can't do it all. I can be like right now, I've got to rip because Rachel's having to step up dramatically within our family life to be able to help. I'm like, it's amazing I made it up the stairs without her. I actually almost fell. Well, I did fall in the shower this morning and I almost fell at the top of the stairs. So, the hardest thing for me to be able to do to truly get past this was when I had to actually go to my son and say, Jaden, I'm going through, I won't be able to be everything, won't be able to run, won't be able to do those things for you right now. And I'm going to need your help to be able to step up, to be able to do the things I need, to be able to help me around the house. And that was hard for me. And I think that's not only in personal, right? Like that's in business too. Like how hard is it for us to be able to go in and say, I need help, right? I need support. Right? I need to be able to be the best. Let me stay in my zone of genius of what I do on this platform, in this world, in our business. Who can we go to that can support us, that we can, hey, it's okay to hire someone to be able to go in and be able to do the things that you don't know. So you stay in that zone of genius. So you can, like me, I want to be the best dad I can be. I want to be the best entrepreneur. I want to be the best husband I can be. And right now, the only way that I can do that is to be able to tell my team, my wife, my kids, I'm going to need your help because I can only do so much right now because I am limited right now, not forever. So that's something I want everyone to really take into consideration. We have so many connections here on LinkedIn. Have you built a good enough relationship with them to understand what they do? How not only you can help them, but how they might be able to help you, how you can co-collaborate. Like, I love it. We have so many other amazing LinkedIn influencers that we bring into our clubhouse rooms that we co-collaborate with that honestly, Rachel, I want to start bringing into our LinkedIn lives or getting on their LinkedIn lives or doing different opportunities, right? Because the better we all rate, the way we all rise up is when we rise up together. I'm getting on a platform. I'll step off my platform. Well, I can't. I'll have to scoot off my platform since I'm on a scooter now. But what do you think, Ray? I mean, we've had a lot of things kind of coming in.
Yeah, I think, thank you so much for the comments and, the fact that we can make you, encourage you to be authentic and Josh being authentic and us being authentic and vulnerable right now. And yes, we do need support. We need the support of each other. And people like you right now being able to watch right now, comment. We have a masterclass that we really have soft launched. It's on demand and we want to sell it more. We want more people to be a part of our community. I
hate that word sell, but yeah, I want people to want to be able to participate in it more.
That's fine. Okay, but it is a sale. I know, right? Yeah. Okay, fine. It is true though. It's not about making this sale, but for us, we feel like the more we put ourselves out there and the more we can support people and help people feel their power, help people connect to each other more, the larger our community, we can help lift each other and build this community of real human beings trying to serve with and live a life of vision and purpose. And so, I think that today, normally we come on and it's like, what LinkedIn questions do you have? And, all we do, we give a ton of advice. We give a ton of advice. We do a ton of listening. We love that. We love being able to learn from each of you and be able to share these moments with people across the globe. And we really wanted to get vulnerable and share what's going on with us. And you're right. If you want to work with us or be part of our community, yes, Standout Authority. My last day of work is Friday. Josh and I are going all in together. Like Standout Authority is all about, being the human algorithm behind all of these social platforms. It's about not posting and mass content and quantity over quality, but quality relationships. We're really passionate about that. LinkedIn is the vehicle that we believe is one of the strongest, most engaging, powerful platforms. But our vision is much deeper than that, and it's much more than that.
But these are the things, right? There's so many different ways to be able to connect with all of y'all. We're doing these LinkedIn lives. Rachel,
we have a community call on Tuesday too, and we would love for you to be there. We would love for you to be a part of these things, and we need to share it more, honey.
Yeah, and I mean, we're using stories. We're using LinkedIn Live. I'm doing posts and content. There's certain things like if you haven't heard, guess what? Clubhouse, aka features like that, are coming to LinkedIn. There are definitely what they're seeing. They're showing, right? I mean, I'm looking at an article in TechCrunch right now that just came out, and I mean, Susie Owens from LinkedIn says we're releasing 50% growth in conversations on LinkedIn, reflecting in stories, video shares, and posts on the platform. So I mean, they're seeing this opportunity. They're seeing everything wanting to be good.
I think what's interesting though for the LinkedIn version of Clubhouse, like to kind of pull this whole story together, what we're here is to talk. What we wanted to do is share what our family and what we're experiencing right now. Voice and being in rooms with people together. We're talking at you right now, right? It's really powerful when you can be in the conversation and we can hear you and feel you. Video is really powerful, but just audio has this special, I don't know. It's just a very special kind of way to touch somebody.
Like if you're on Clubhouse, physically. We want to know.
So it's really interesting that LinkedIn is going to be bringing this capability. And obviously, Josh and I, as soon as it's available, we want to be all over it because we're all over Clubhouse. And we think that it's just, can you imagine a world where the professional networking is happening by voice and on rooms on LinkedIn? Wow, that's pretty interesting, and really cool to see that out of TechCrunch today. That is coming fast from LinkedIn. We will be all eyes on it and be one of the first people to try it out. Obviously,
I mean, look,
but I think it means the power of this storytelling.
I mean, this is what I want everyone to be able to see. Like, when you're looking at what LinkedIn versus Clubhouse, like, work. I did write a book called Balance is Bullshit. So how to live an integrated life, but work-life balance good. Like, this is the difference, right? We're not going to be able to see the people. We're going to be able to see, their titles, where they work with, how they're actually going through to be able to do. These are just mock-ups of what's coming, but pay attention, right? We're going to stay ahead of the curve, trying to be able to understand where all this is coming from, because this is, we believe we are the human algorithm behind some of the biggest influencers on LinkedIn. I have been blessed to be able to have clients that I used to read their books on 20 years ago to start my own companies. And now I can become their voices on the backside of this to be able to build, engagement, to be able to educate, incite, inform everything with their followers. And I mean, as we look at this as well, like LinkedIn's statement as well, our priority is to build a trusted community where people feel safe and can be productive. Our members come to LinkedIn to have a respectful, constructive conversation with real people. And they're focused on ensuring that they have a safe environment to do that. This is why we've seen many changes recently on LinkedIn with the 100 connection, limit recently put in on a weekly basis, starting at the beginning of last month. I have to remember it's June 2nd. Wow.
Yeah. I was looking at Kevin's LinkedIn Live is talking to you with Clubhouse is down talking with you. Yes.
Well, talk about your experience with Clubhouse. I mean, like why you're even making the jump from corporate to coming 100% on board with Stand on Authority.
And this is like, this is not my full announce, but we're kind of softly announcing.
Uh-oh. We're
letting the juice out, babe. No, but I mean, I think, Clubhouse has provided the opportunity for those to share their voice in a very safe environment. When I say safe, you're not on a stage. You can be in your bathroom getting ready for work, and you don't need to have your makeup done. You don't need to have this perfect everything. You're literally using the power of your perspective, your opinion, your voice really, literally the words coming out, the sounds that you make to engage in a conversation, lead a conversation, listen to a conversation through our ears. And I think that that's, in the world, this post-COVID world, in this social media, digital world, we are living in a time where people are just dying for connection to people. I mean, human connection, human connectivity is literally lost. That is the absolute blessing from COVID, is that we now are grateful for these in-person opportunities and this love that we need to feel. And this audio capabilities that Clubhouse has been at the forefront of. But the reality is now Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn are now going to have the capability, is really, to me, just the sign of what humanity needs. And that we need to create spaces where people feel comfortable to share their opinion, comfortable to ask questions, no matter how freaking famous you are or how much of a nothing you are, how many followers, it doesn't matter, because you're all on the same playing field. And so it's really incredible. If you're not on Clubhouse and you want to come on, just let us know. We'll get you an invite. Just put Clubhouse on the comment, and we'll make sure that we can get you an invite there.
Well, I love what Martin's saying too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're 100% correct, Martin. Like, voice is intimate, and I knew what you meant.
Yes.
And that's why it's so powerful. We have been trained for so many, well, at least my generation. Maybe the younger generations weren't trained as much on the phone because
Why are you looking at me? I talk on the phone all the time. I'm starting to be old, babe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I am on the older end.
Anyways, millennial. But
yes, voice has, because of the advent of social media and blogging, really, over the last 10 years, it's really reduced the need for voice and that form of communication. And what we're finding is, wow, people really need it. That's why it's no surprise video is obviously number one and most important, because people like to hear, see it. It's hitting as many sensories as possible. But this voice piece,
people can be hidden behind without being seen, but being heard. But I mean, like, you talked about that. Like, right, that's how it slipped you. Like, we've seen that a lot of our amazing women,
females, young people, older people that are, it's just,
there's not immediate judgment.
It's being heard without judgment. And so I think it's really interesting.
So how do we flip that here on LinkedIn? What are your thoughts? Like, how do you take what you've been doing on Clubhouse, being able to feel like you've been heard more than ever, because so many people feel restricted by what they've been told is allowed? I mean, I did a post.
Yes, by their jobs,
right.
By everything.
I just did a post this last week, and I said, and I made it, of course, like, I put in there and I said, look, do you post on weekends? Yes or no? And, it's interesting, all the responses, because we even got lots of responses like, oh, it's getting too personal and things like that. And, well, your job, and no, you shouldn't. And I mean, everyone has an opinion. So, but do they always share them? Right? Can you truly feel like you can share what your vision of what for you, not only your company, but for yourself, for your clients, can you truly share that and be able to stand out? Because that's what will truly drive everyone in. And that's what we want to be able to change. Is we don't want to make this another Facebook. We don't want to make this another Instagram, but we do want you to can actually connect with your ideal audience, to be able to build those relationships that turn into long-lasting, potentially, clients and opportunities. And I think that's where we have to be able to understand this difference. We have to be able to understand.
Do you mean with LinkedIn?
With LinkedIn, yeah. I mean, we're on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. We got to talk about LinkedIn.
No, I think you're right.
I can say LinkedIn one more time.
No, I know. I think, like, the differentiation for LinkedIn is always going to be that this is a thought leader business platform. I mean, the people on LinkedIn are never going to have the same kind. I mean,
you come from corporate. I come from marketing.
Yeah.
So I am just
I never had an Instagram really following. I've only been working on that this year, because I've been sharing more of an authentic voice and not being so corporate. by not being corporate on Instagram and sharing my authentic self, I'm growing a following. So what I have to do on LinkedIn is actually be more my authentic self. I need to bring more of the real me with Josh.
And I just gave you applause.
Thank you, honey. And I think that, listen, we're going to wrap up this conversation. It was less about questions this time. So if you have questions, LinkedIn, all that, please put in community into the comments here. We have a community call on Tuesday, 45 minutes, live Zoom. We'll come on video. We'll have a chat. We'll answer all your stuff. So this is really more of us sharing today. But I think, for those of you thinking about how do I share on LinkedIn my personal brand? How do I share my authentic voice? Do not think that you can say whatever you want to say. I am still a branding expert, and I believe very much in being intentional and less is more. But if you know what you're trying to stand for, and you know what your expertise and your skills are, you should share and
Rachel,
be vulnerable.
You have that amazing PDF too that kind of goes through. We should share that because that kind of helps people being able to really.
So people can understand their 4 steps to building personal brand. Yeah, if you are interested and you want that, put in 4 steps and can get you that PDF and also access to our private LinkedIn community. We have a private LinkedIn community. And so if you when you sign up for the community call, you'll get access to that. So if you put in community, we will make sure you get that link. Either way, we've talked about a lot here today, Josh. We don't usually like to go more than 30 minutes. So we're really grateful for you. We hope that we'll see you on the community call Tuesday, June 8th in the morning.
And let us know. I always want feedback from everyone watching this. If you made it this far with us, almost 30 minutes, do you want this to be more of a live Q&A format? Are we not answering enough questions? Would you like us to talk about what are your questions? Because if you tell us the questions, we can be able to set up a format for, we do this every Wednesday. So we want to be able to make sure I come with the best information, the best knowledge that I have. We talked about stories because it was really important what's going on right now, but I need to know. I really do need to know because I never want to talk at everyone here. Richard, I appreciate you joining. I appreciate Martin. I appreciate all of y'all for really joining, coming in, being part of this. Kevin, you were here. David, you were here. Thank y'all all so much. And please let us know what you're thinking. And, yeah.
And yeah. We have that if you're interested in the masterclass on demand, 5 sessions, less than 3 hours. You want to know the kind of stuff that we do, the work that we do. We do trainings. We teach people. We have on demand. We do corporate trainings on employee advocacy and LinkedIn. And then we also will literally do signature. We have a signature and elite service to take over people's LinkedIn accounts and make them just pop and work on your personal branding. I also will work with people one-on-one on personal branding. So any of that stuff is interested and you want to hear more from us or work with us, you just hit us up.
And Richard, it is so cool, right? If no one's not paying attention right now to be able to watch how these LinkedIn lives go on your profile across the top, it's one of the coolest features I think that are hidden on LinkedIn. If you go to my LinkedIn profile and watch this, you can be on my profile and be watching the LinkedIn live all on the top. LinkedIn's putting out some features that, you got to be here to be able to pay attention to because we're going to tell you as much as we can find out and be able to share everything with you.
All right, you guys.
And with that, I'm going to play my outdoor. Right, there we go.
Such fools. We hope you have a great Wednesday.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.